Hello, it's Friday. Welcome to another episode of Creatia Conversation, the number one news source for on Pornhub for all that nerd-ish. I'm your host, Mara the Shark, aka Grammar Mommy, and I am joined today by my co-host, the Warden Matt Ritter.
It sounded like you said grandma mommy, and I'm like, that's weird.
No, Grammar Mommy.
Grammar mommy, yeah. No, I see it. It's just I heard grandma mommy, and I'm like, I don't know what a grandma mommy is. Like, is that like a gilf?
I guess so. But here
JJ's
we are
with us.
again on
Travis
another
is with
Friday.
us.
Nice to see y'all today.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even think Travis enjoys listening to this show. I think he's just here to like make sure we don't fuck up and yell at us later.
He just he's just here supervising.
He did say it did sound like grandma mommy.
I'm sorry. I didn't enunciate it clear
He's just here to yell at us if we fuck up.
enough. But all right, it's been a week, Matt, since I've last spoken. Well, it's been more than a week because I wasn't with you last week, right? Or was I with you last week?
No, I think we were together last week.
Okay. My schedule keeps changing, so my weeks are starting to blur together. But it's been a week at least since we have last spoken. So what you've been playing, what you've been watching?
I've been my wife's got me reading this book series that she really liked. It's kind of like about the Chicago Mafia, Italians and Irish and shit like that. That's not nice at all, JJ. I am way more attractive than Ryback and way less of an asshole or an idiot. But so I've been reading that book, playing a little more Hogwarts, working towards completing that game. Like I've only got so much time. Watching not really anything. Like I went back and rewatched all of the Evil Dead movies because we recently did Evil Dead podcast for Getting Off. So I went and just kind of refreshed myself on all of that. I watched Tombstone, which is my favorite movie of all time, the other night. Is just kind of like a comfort watch. My normal week in wrestling. Yeah, no, other than that, like I think me and Kate this weekend still have to get caught up on the Mandalorian and everything else. We normally watch everything together, so
married life.
Yeah.
Married things. Okay. I have made it to season 4 of Criminal Intent.
Congratulations.
Season 4 of 10. I haven't really watched anything else new. I'm just really awaiting for the second half of the final season of Titans to start, which is coming up fairly soon, if not like this week or so. Like or if it's come out this week, one or the other. No, it's probably this week coming or the next week, but it's coming soon. But yeah, I'm waiting for that. But playing, I haven't really played a lot of anything in the last week, so except for Marvel Snap.
Okay. And how's that going?
It's going good. I made it to like level 100, 500 something. So like now I got access to like this special marketplace. I finally got this Silver Surfer card that I think that one gives your other 3 cost cards like 2+2 power. And I was like, awesome. So I've been trying to make decks that utilize Silver Surfer properly.
Okay.
So that's been fun.
Such an easy goal my goal is to finish Hogwarts before you ever get to play it. I don't still want to be working on it before it's released for you, so I gotta hurry up.
When does it come out for PlayStation 4 again? That's coming up soon.
I think it's in May.
right?
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be in April. I think they pushed it to May.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So I've got about a month.
Yes.
I got a month to finish this game before you beat it, before you get to touch it.
Oh wait, I think the PS4 version is already out.
No, don't say that.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. It's May. It's May 5th. You're right. It was. It was. I was looking at the original date for. It was showing me
Yeah,
the initial date, which was April
yeah.
4th.
JJ
Yeah.
says the new episode of Titans is up on HBO Max.
Yep. See, okay. Thank you. Thank you, JJ. Because I was just like, I feel like me and Travis had spoke about it was coming early April because I believe we did a trailer watch for it.
And I got all caught up, and I've been waiting. I've been checking because like I didn't know what the date was. So every week I just go into HBO Max and I look at Titans, and I'm disappointed. Oh, 2 episodes got
Yeah,
dropped.
because I usually, because like usually, at least for my HBO homepage, like it usually would flash. It would be like the first thing that would come up because it's like, hey, bitch, you watched the 3 other seasons of this. Did you want to know that part 2 was out? And it usually does that. But I don't know if it's that maybe I haven't been on HBO in the last week or so because I've been so busy getting through Criminal Intent on Peacock.
Travis,
So
Travis said I could have just asked him. I should start pulling these up. When I
probably
look,
could
it's
have.
like midnight, 1 in the morning. I'm not trying to text you at midnight, 1 in the morning. Hey, when does this come out? And by the time you respond back to me the next day, I'll have already looked. It's easier just to look.
Well, he's just letting you know he's another resource there for you.
Oh, I know he is. I know he is.
But so you have about 2 weeks before I get this, I guess, before the game comes out, because I won't say I get it. um, but you got at least 2.5, 3 weeks to power through this game before I get to touch it. But
Yeah.
I feel like in partnership with you powering through Hogwarts Legacy, I feel like, are you going to be drinking W while you're doing it?
I should be. I've got 2 weeks, and I've still probably got like 50% of the game left. So based on how long it is, I'm going to need some W, and I'm going to need to stay up all night. Plus, I got that daughter that I got to take care of like the next day. It's not like I can stay up all night and then just like take a nap. I got to stay up.
Exactly. And if you're new to the show and you're wondering, what the hell is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like other energy drinks. Looking at you, monster. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. The product is made in the United States and in an FDA inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. W has handpicked what they believe to be the 10 most critical ingredients for focus and concentration. W, like I said, contains important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks simply don't have. Also, talking to you, Red Bull. W uses Neurofactor, a patented all natural coffee cherry extract to help fuel you. This ingredient is what gives W its laser focus and fast reflex effects, making it especially perfect for gamers or gamers who are parents who also still have to be responsible the next day after being on a 6-hour gaming binge in the middle of the night. So they disclose full ingredient amounts, and the products will never contain fillers or artificial colors or dyes. Like we said, W is also sugar-free, maltodextrin-free, and keto-friendly. So you can go to w.creatiaworld.com and use code Creatia to receive 10% off your order today. Again, that's w.creatiaworld.com and use code Creatia. That will be in the description down below here.
Apparently, Travis said Monster lost their lawsuit against Pokemon for using the term
Because it's
no fucking shit. A, like he said, it's fucking stupid, but B,
yeah.
it's fucking Pokemon. Like, you can't fight Pokemon, Monster. Like, I know you think you're big, but you're not Pokemon big. You're not Nintendo company big. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what I'm saying? Like They were not going to win that. There was never any thought in my brain that there was even a slight chance that they were going to win this. It's like I could only picture like the response from Nintendo's attorneys, especially if they have like one of those like smart ass ones that like to use like creative wording to say like this is stupid as fuck, you are dumb as fuck, this lawsuit is just showing how stupid as fuck this is.
We really appreciate you submitting this frivolous lawsuit that you will never win.
But thanks for trying. It's like that Bart Simpson gif. At least you tried with the cake and then throws it in the trash.
Mm-hmm. What
What's
up,
popping?
Jess?
But let's get into our favorite part, newsy time. I'm sure. I'm sure the title brought all y'all in here that Dracula about Dracula joining Suicide Squad. But so we're gonna start with some Suicide Squad news because I know everyone is just frothing at the mouth for the game. Suicide Squad killed the Justice League, just frothing at the mouth for it. But guess what? In typical DC fashion, it has been delayed again. The game. And so this article came from comicbook.com by Tanner Deadman, or Deadmon, however you want to pronounce it. Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League from Rocksteady Studios has been delayed once more and will no longer be releasing in the year of our Lord, 2023. Travis said, I don't want that shit. You know what's crazy, Travis? Like the show, or like the shows that DC is putting out, or the other game, no one's asked for this either, but they're doing it.
The D and DC
D
means
and D
delayed.
Delayed content.
Yep, DC delayed content.
And will no longer be releasing this year. Instead, the game's new release date is now February 2nd, 2024. The second delay follows the original one that was announced around this time last year. So that means around this time next year, they'll probably announce that they're canceling it, like you want, Travis. When the game was originally supposed to be released in 2022. Rocksteady released a statement alongside news of this latest delay and called the decision to push back the game a tough but necessary choice required to deliver a quality experience for players with promises of more to share in the coming months. Their exact tweet, pretty much on a graphic image of the photo, would say, we have made the tough but necessary decision to take the time needed to work on getting the game to the best quality experience for players. Thank you to our amazing community for the continued support, patience, and understanding. There is much more to share in the months ahead, and we look forward to seeing you in Metropolis next year.
So I don't remember from my childhood when everything was disc based and everything, games being delayed. Maybe it's because the internet wasn't there and I just didn't have the access to the information or whatever, and I wasn't like anticipating game releases and all of that. But even on early gens like PS3 or the Xbox One, like I didn't remember this many delays and everything, or like the amount of unfinished products we get nowadays where they're like, oh, we'll just release it and then we'll patch it in a month or whatever. I don't remember any of that. And it's really disappointing that that's where we're at, where they can't like pick a reasonable deadline to release a game and then meet that fucking deadline and have a full complete game released.
Travis said nobody wants that always online bullshit from Rocksteady. Yeah, because like I feel like games are trying so hard to make everything like an online kind of thing instead of it being like what it used to be. Just play and get the mission done and then go to the GameStop and get $3 back for it. That's literally what the cycle has been up until we started doing like all these online based games because everybody wants
trying
to
make
do
it Ready
everything
Player
together.
One. Yeah, they want to make it Ready Player One.
They want everyone to be doing it together, and it's just like I don't want to work with other people, despite the
No.
fact that on all my despite the fact that on all my resumes and cover letters, I insist I work well in a team. I don't. I want to play the game and finish it because group missions always let me down.
And it's so weird too because like I used to be a very like social person. Like I always loved getting online, playing games, going out, doing things. And every year as I get older, the less I want to interact with other people outside of who's in my home. Like every year goes by and there are less and less people that I want to get to know, want to meet, want to hang out and do things with. I just kind of want that peaceful, like sit by myself, play a game, complete the missions. That's why I don't really play online multiplayer games anymore. Like everything I get is
Mm-hmm.
RPG now because I can do RPGs without any help and no one's bothering me.
Even for like Grand Theft Auto, like I ever so rarely get on that to do like an online thing. Oh, $3 for the trade in. Because GameStop, they'll make you pay $60, $70 for a game plus tax. And then you try to trade it in like a week later and they're like, okay, that'll be $3.
Yeah.
But like even when I go on Grand Theft Auto, like I just want to do like a mission, drive around, shoot some people so that like it stops me from shooting at my job. I'm joking. For all intended purposes, I am joking.
Wow. Man, I'm glad
So
I don't work
like
at the fruit store.
right. um but so like I get on there to just do like a quick mission, drive around for a little bit, blow off some steam, and then I turn it off. The times that like the accidental times that I've ended up on the online area is because I accidentally hit the button that took me to online, and then I get quickly frustrated because I'll just be moseying down the street and then drive by. What? I wasn't even doing anything to you. So I don't like the online gaming stuff. Unless I'm
I
trying to
don't
chit
blame you.
chat with my friends, I don't do the online stuff. And it feels like they're just all just trying to make all these, and it sucks because like, well, not sucks to say. It sucks to say they're making all these community games. I don't want a community game.
Yeah.
I want a one player game, maybe two, because I have two controllers. But other than like Mortal Kombat, and that's it.
You know what, Mara? Whether you want to play with other people or just play by yourself, we've got somewhere you can go where you can fulfill either of those needs.
Adam and Eve, because Adam and Eve is the nation's largest marketer of adult products with millions of satisfied customers in the United States and all over the world. Founded in 1971, Adam and Eve is one of the oldest names in the rapidly evolving adult industry. For more than 50 years, they have built up a reputation as a trusted and reliable adult toy store that takes pleasure and privacy seriously. When you want to shop erotic toys, Adam and Eve has it all. Men, women, straight or gay, and anywhere in between. I really need like some kind of music track to go behind when I'm doing this.
I'm still
Adam
waiting
and
for
Eve.
Travis to make those commercials.
Adam and Eve has the adult toys you're looking for, including but not limited to vibrators, dildos, anal sex toys, bondage toys, couple toys, lube, sexy gifts, and accessories galore. Unlike other adult stores, Adam and Eve stands behind all of their products and offers a no questions asked return policy. So whether you bought a dildo, sex swing, or penis ring, you can get a refund within 90 days if you are not 100% satisfied. So go to adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use code erotica to receive 50% off one item plus free shipping on orders of $49 or more. So that's adamandeve.creatiaworld.com and use code erotica, and the link will be in the description as well down below.
And you can use that link more than once, I found out, because I've used it twice now. I just got the second shipment a couple days ago. So,
Yeah, I need to do my order because I definitely said there was some new stuff I wanted to try.
Mm-hmm.
But coming out of sexy news,
Sexy news.
going into kind of more, I guess, fantasy news. We have a trailer. Oh, okay. Well, I will play with that later.
I mean, like, are you thinking something like this, Mara?
Are you playing it?
Yeah, you can't hear it.
No. Oh. Adam and Eve is the nation's life. Yeah. Yes. This is
All right.
perfect.
Next time,
Hold that for next time.
it's dance pop. Next time we do a show together, you do the Adam and Eve
It
thing. We'll play
sounds
some dance
like
pop.
it sounds like one of the ads from like those 3 a.m. commercials for sex toys or for meeting live girls.
Yep.
Oh, that was great. But yes, we have a trailer for you in fantasy stuff. And this will be for a movie coming out called The Last Voyage of the Demeter. And it will be starring Corey Hawkins and Aisling Franciosi. I'm probably saying that wrong. Liam
Francois.
Cunningham. There's an I at the end of it. That's why I wasn't.
Oh.
That's why I wasn't sure.
Okay.
And
Francoisi?
David, maybe. David Dast Malikan. See all these fucking names. These are the made up sounding names.
They are. I agree, and I don't know any of these people.
Also starring John Briones, Stefan Kapasik, Nikolai Nikolaev. These are fake names. And Javier Botet. So I got this ready for us. Let's get scary.
The Demeter, on charter from Romania to London. Shipping private crates.
Oh, I know him.
Contents unknown. Out at sea with no land in sight.
This here's Clemens.
It's a little choppy.
You dress like a learned man.
University of Cambridge. I know
He gonna survive.
Our charter has agreed to pay a bonus for timely arrival in London.
Let me show you the ship. This here is Huckleberry. We don't come with like this to give the use clear.
Demeter's a fine boat, no doubt.
Leave the dog alone.
My feeling that the dog doesn't do it.
Something ripped apart the animals.
All the livestock.
This looks like a bite.
Search the ship. Everywhere. Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
In the night, it drinks our blood. He is here. We call him Dracula.
He's coming!
In every horror movie, there's always someone going, "He's coming!"
I'm gonna kill the cursed thing.
He is on this ship, which means that we will never leave it.
The devil is real. May God have mercy on us all.
Oh boy, that looks interesting.
It does.
I think it's kind of it's. I'm starting to see like a low or a slow like incline in, I guess, like the reinterest back into vampires. Because like
Yeah.
rent, like I saw like on the video clip before I took it off, it had a review for like another video was showing like a review for Renfield, and it's like they are coming back out with vampire movies again. Like it always feels like there's a trend going on, and right now I feel like vampires is one of them. I was reading an article yesterday about like the like obsessive fandoms are also be kind of coming a thing in like the horror genre, and that like this article was talking mostly about like that show Swarm on Amazon Prime by Donald Glover. I finished that. That actually was a very interesting uh, show. And then they were talking about how the Scream series has kind of turned into an obsessive fandom kind of following, in that like the bad guy or the antagonist is usually like an obsessive fan of the Stab movies or Ghostface. So it's been interesting to see the trends that they are doing.
Yeah, and I love, like, one of my favorite things about the Jordan Peele movies is when they take a song and they kind of remix it or change it, slow it down, stuff like that, like they did with Get Out, and they did with Candyman, and they kind of did that with the what the Smashing Pumpkins song there. The world is a vampire, but they changed the tone of it and everything. I really like shit like that too. So that I like that they do that for trailers, and I need them to start releasing all of those songs so I can download them and play those versions.
Well, I'm sure you'll get your chance sooner or later. But one thing I did peep from that trailer was the doggy sniffing out Dracula, and that just makes me feel like the dog is not gonna make it to the end. But
Listen,
whose dogs? Huh? What?
I've got a chocolate lab, and from what I saw, or I had a chocolate lab, I have a black lab, and that looked like a lab. So seeing that dog is in it and it might not make it makes me extremely sad.
Yeah, but in the real world, our fluffy friends, I think, would be good, and I'm sure they'll be even happier if you go to dog.com. Dog.com is your online dog supply shopping and information destination. Everything your dog needs, from toys to treats and food, is available, also including collars and leashes. They have outdoor gear and water safety gear for your furry friend if you happen to be on a ship. So go to dog.creationworld.com to receive up to 64% off of your order today. That's dog.creationworld.com. And like I said in the other ones, that will also be in the description below. Were you waving to say something?
No, I was. I pointed
Oh.
up, and up, and then my finger disappeared in that glare. So then I was trying to see if my whole hand disappeared.
Like, I'm trying to do a thing, and then all of a sudden my hand is gone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I look forward to seeing that. When does that come out?
August.
Okay, August. So, August 11th, and this
And
will
that was
be,
go ahead.
it's based off of a single chapter from Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula. So this is going to be interesting. Yeah.
The ship captain was Sir Davos, right? From Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That was Liam Cunningham.
See, I don't know his real name. I knew when I watched the trailer, I'm like, I'll recognize these people, but I don't know any of their real names. That's the only one that sounded like a real name anyway.
Yes. I recognize the other dude. He was also there's someone named not him, Corey Hawkins. I recognized him because he was in the Heights and Straight Outta Compton. I don't remember so much from In the Heights, but Straight Outta Compton I do.
Yeah. Now you say that, yep.
So the reason why I feel like he will survive, even though he is the token black dude, is because he is the first name mentioned, and I feel like he's the main character.
Okay.
It's giving main character energy from him. But speaking of Game of Thrones, to move along, Game of Thrones, as we knew, had several several prequels lined up at some point, and over time, a few of them got 86th. But so the prequel series, Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight, is now in development at HBO. And this is another article that we found on Comic Book by Kofi Outlaw. And he wrote, a new Game of Thrones prequel series currently titled A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, The Hedge Knight, is in development at HBO and based off of the Game of Thrones creator George R.R. Martin's Dunk and Egg books. The Hedge Knight is described as being set a century before the events of Game of Thrones, where two unlikely heroes wandered Westeros, a young, naive, but courageous knight, Sir Duncan the Tall, and his diminutive squire, Egg. Set in an age where the Targaryen line still holds the Iron Throne and the memory of the last dragon has not yet passed from living memory, great destinies, powerful foes, and great dangerous exploits all await these improbable and incomparable friends. So my first thought on that is trying to put all of these in order. So I have to imagine this will take place after the events in total of House of the Dragon.
Which is impossible to tell because they keep jumping.
Right, because like I know I've said it before. I just don't remember how many years have we said that House of the Dragon was before Game of Thrones. Do you remember?
No.
Okay. Because I don't remember if it was like 100 years or like 100 plus. Because I'm trying to remember where. Because it's the way he wrote it. He was like the Targaryen's still holding the throne. So my assumption is either that this is either coming off the heels of it, or this is like probably somewhere in between.
This has got to be more than 100 years because you figure generations of people have passed between Daenerys and where we're at in House of the Dragon. So it's got to be, a few hundred years to get all
172
of those.
years. Okay,
Yeah,
so here we go. Yes. The series is set
place right around then.
Huh?
Yeah, this will take place like right after that then.
Yeah, so the series is set about 100 years after the Seven Kingdoms are united by the Targaryen conquest, nearly 200 years before the events of Game of Thrones, and 172 years before the birth of Daenerys. So the House of the Dragon is still about 100 years before when this series will take place. So we'll see some other, I guess, maybe hopefully, I would assume. We'll see some other Targaryen messy drama because we know that it's all mess in between 200 years to Daenerys.
I can't believe he named the diminutive sidekick Egg.
Squire.
Sidekick.
Well, it said Squire, but yeah.
Yeah, it's a sidekick. Squire's a sidekick.
Well, yeah, so now he gets this word egg. But that makes sense for what the book is called. The book is called Dunk and Egg. Thank you, Travis. Things have not settled. Yep, I think that is the feeling that, or the vibe we're all getting. So when he grows up, does he become chicken?
I was gonna say, is he a round child?
Is he constantly, teetering over?
If we review this, I'm just gonna call him Humpty Dumpty.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure we will whenever it comes. If, like myself, you are wondering who the Hedge Knight is, because I have not read the books. In Game of Thrones lore, a Hedge Knight is much like a samurai ronin, a masterless warrior wandering the countryside. And so one of the most famous hedge knights was, excuse me, was Sir Duncan the Tall, hence Dunk. And Dunk famously traveled the Seven Kingdoms and had many adventures with a young Prince Aegon. I'm assuming the fifth because that's V. V is 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Aegon the Fifth Targaryen, who served as Duncan's squire under the nickname Egg.
So we got someone dunking on these hoes and Humpty Dumpty.
Yes. Oh, I
Gotcha.
get why. I get Aegon. Egg.
Yeah.
Aegon.
Egg.
Okay.
Aegon. Yeah.
So with the story taking place just 90 years before Game of Thrones, there are many significant connections that can and will be drawn between A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, the preceding events of House of the Dragon, and the events that follow in Game of Thrones. So that'll be
Apparently
exciting.
his head looks like an egg as well. And I'm assuming as a Targaryen, he's going to have a dragon egg. So he's just egg all around.
Got egg on your face, and it will be him. The article concluded with, like, you know, how many Game of Thrones spinoffs are there, because we know some of them were nixed. This is going to be the third prequel series. The third prequel series that HBO has announced as being in active development. Only one project, House of Dragon, has actually made it to the screen. They scrapped The Long Night because it was like some of it was filmed, but they scrapped it. And now there's, right? And then rumors have also swirled that a House of the Dragon prequel about Aegon the Conqueror. How many prequels do we need? A prequel to the prequel is in heavy consideration at HBO. A Game of Thrones sequel series following Jon Snow, also known as Aegon Targaryen of his time, was also announced but hasn't seen much traction.
I need these Targaryens to get new fucking names. I really do.
Well, that's really the whole premise of why all this is happening, is because we keep recycling names.
Yep. Travis said it's based on his name, but also the fact that he's got a. How the fuck do you know all this, Travis? Like that he's got a shaved head, that his head's shaped like an egg. That how do you?
Travis read the books?
I don't fucking know, but did he read all the books, every book? Because I tried to read one book and it was boring as fuck to read. I tried listening to an audiobook. It was boring as fuck to hear.
I was under the impression that Travis read those 3 or 4. Yeah, because I read the book. He read the source material.
The fucking book. Well, shame on you.
But yeah, so exciting. I love Game of Thrones content. So I'm always here for new content coming, as long as it doesn't end how Game of Thrones did.
Oh, they're all going to end badly.
They just need a proper roadmap. That's all it is. The problem is you keep trying to rush things through. And now it's now you got to wrap it all up because now you've gone on for 8 seasons. So
you should always wrap it up, Mara.
Oh. Yeah. Do that. We can move along. We have another trailer for a game reveal called Immortals of Avium. And Matt's gonna pull up the trailer because Spectrum
got it ready to go.
Oh.
Ooh, pretty lights.
This
EA original.
Since we first learned to use magic, we've waged war over who would control it. Now, only Lucium remains to resist the tyrant of Rasharn. Sandrak will eventually be able to block our access to magic. Then the Everwar.
Ooh, it's Gina Torres.
As in he takes over Lucium?
As in, he takes over everything.
Even video games still look good.
There's a name for what you are.
A Magnus. I want to be an immortal. I want to fight this war as one of you, one of the elite.
Well,
I
homie, you
believe
gotta
in you.
train.
She definitely thinks you're going to die. That's why her face looks like that.
Signals up! Let's move!
Hero landing kills me every time.
You walk towards your doom.
Doom and I are old friends.
Your sigil will help you focus your magic. Prevent it from killing you. I found a child whose new powers could make them a threat to the kingdom I protect. The choice was to either kill you or turn you into a weapon against Rasharn.
Back up. Option A was to kill me?
Yes, that clears up the problem faster.
So
That was interesting. It gave Destiny vibes though.
I was gonna say Destiny meets Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm. Destiny meets some kind of fantasy universe.
Well, no, the villain and everything very much gave me like Sauron, Lord of the Rings vibes, even some of the terrain and everything. So yeah, Destiny meets Lord of the Rings. I haven't been big on first person shooters, but I will tell you the stories seem very intriguing to me.
Mm-hmm. So
Very
yeah,
intriguing.
I was watching that and I was kind of curious. Like I was wondering, would this be like a Destiny styled game, or is it like a story game where you're going through it, where you're just following through, but you're still doing missions and da 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 da.
Yeah.
So that looked interesting. If it's the latter, I might give it a try or a check out. Because what
Yeah. I'd have to see more gameplay and kind of see how the game works. 'Cause like I said, I haven't been big on first person shooters, but the idea, like, I like I like third person. Like, I love the Harry Potter where I see my character and I'm casting spells, this and that, blah blah
mm-hmm.
blah. Same thing with Gears of War. It's third person shooter. It's not a first person shooter. So I personally prefer that. But I did do some first person shooters and doing the whole hands and magic and summoning shit. Like I'm curious as to how that works.
Mm. It comes out July 20th. Someone said, excuse me, it's like Call of Duty but with magic. And that to me just sounds like I don't want to play that.
Yeah, right.
But I'll still wait and see like what gameplay looks like, because I won't just say off the rip no, because I also had given what was it? I gave Destiny a chance. It's just that like I didn't keep up with it enough, and every time I tuned in, there was some big update that needed to be done, and then whatever I came in on was always different. So I was like, I don't even know where I'm supposed to be, what I'm doing, if I'm in a story, if I'm in like something else. So I just was like, no, I'm good.
What do you want to do next?
It wouldn't be Friday without a Saturday Night Live update.
It's had been a couple Fridays without one, so I'm glad Lauren Michaels got his shit together so we could do one.
Well, there was one last week. Who was it last week? It was God, I had her name and now I don't have it. But there was someone last week, and they were hosting with Jonas Brothers as the musical guest, which also doubled down on. I had no idea that they had a new single out that someone informed me of at work the other day, and I was like, oh, cool. But who was it last week? Last week it was Molly Shannon.
I was gonna say, you're from New
Um,
York. You should just know this.
I should, but Molly Shannon. And then the week before that was Quinta Brunson for April Fools, um, which was hilarious. Uh, and then before that, of course, was the Jenna Ortega and Travis Kelsey, and we did all those. But so this week coming up is Ana de Armas with musical guest Carol G. And I had to look up who Anna was because I realized once I saw a picture of her, I was like, oh,
I
it's
know who
this
she is.
girl. Yeah, I
No, I
was.
know her. She was in
You
Knock
may know
Knock.
her. Yeah, you may know her from movies like Knock Knock, War Dogs, Blade Runner 2049, Knives Out. She was a Bond girl in No Time to Die. She played Marilyn Monroe in the
Oh,
biopic
yep.
Blonde. Like she has quite a little roster in her folder of films and such. So she'll be hosting tomorrow, the 15th, with Carol G. But the next news that I have about Saturday Night Live is that following tomorrow's episode, Saturday Night Live will take a break for the rest of April. And in May, on the 6th, they will return with Pete Davidson hosting. um, they don't have like a trailer or anything for it yet because it's still weeks away. And when I first saw the article from Comic Book by Jenna Anderson talking about the announcement that he would be hosting, I was sitting here like, what the fuck is Pete Davidson doing that he is hosting Saturday Night Live? Because they usually are bringing people on because they have something going on currently that they're going to promote, they're going to make fun of, or such and such. So apparently Pete Davidson has a new show coming out called Butt Kiss. And it really just kind of seems like,
Bupkiss.
yeah, it kind of did you ever watch Dave?
No, I did not.
So it kind of gives me that kind of vibe where it's like it's about him as him. And yeah, he's just being Pete Davidson. Like
So I'm gonna be honest with you.
hmm.
I'm gonna skip that because, like, I do find Pete Davidson funny, but also I might just be a hater. I don't understand like why people like Pete David. Like, I don't think he's that funny. Like, I find him funny, but I don't think he's funny enough to like. I don't know. There's just something about him that puts like. I'm not a fan.
I mean, I was a fan of the stuff that he did on Saturday Night Live. The other movies and films and like shows he has appeared on haven't been much of a lot that have been like, oh my god, I need to see that. Except for like Bodies, which I still have not seen. But like he's not even like the main focus in that either. But like he doesn't strike me as like I'm gonna watch a movie like the what was it, the King of Staten Island or something like that.
Yep.
Didn't watch that. And that was another one that was like a fictionalized version of himself playing himself. So it's interesting, but I'm excited for the Saturday Night Live appearance because I could only imagine that they will bring back certain skits that he has done, like his role as I think it's Chad or something like that, where he just plays a dude. He's like, like he's not really like paying attention. He's just kind of like acknowledging that you're talking, and he's like, that sounds cool. Yeah. So will he carry an entire episode? I don't know, but I am curious to see Stan, the Queen of Staten Island. Who is the Queen of Staten Island?
Carmella. She's a wrestler.
Oh, okay. I was like, who's the queen of Staten Island? But yeah, so I'm excited to see that. They don't have like a musical guest yet, but I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't like Machine Gun Kelly.
Which would make me hate that episode all the more because I fucking hate Machine Gun Kelly too. Like, and I don't even think he's a bad rapper. Just again, the person and the
It's funny
aesthetic
because
of Machine Gun Kelly, I cannot stand.
I can't call him a rapper because because technically I don't believe he raps anymore.
No.
He started in rap, like he had that song with Waka Flocka, and he kept he kept it going for like 2 albums or so and several mixtapes. I will not confirm or deny whether or not I had those mixtapes back when I was in college. Um, but then at some point he like switched it up and he was like, actually no, I'm this punk rock skater dude, and I'm gonna do that. And so that's kind of like where he has stuck as itself. It's more fitting.
Yeah.
But I
No,
wouldn't be surprised.
I just don't like tall, skinny white guys. Like, I don't.
Because they technically come with trouble. Always trying to date your daughters and such.
Probably, yeah.
But
I want to punch him in the face.
But yeah, so he'll be hosting, presumably to promote his new Peacock series. I watched the trailer for it, but it was only available like on Instagram, so I didn't link it. But it has like a big cast in it as well, such as Edie Falco and Joe Pesci, who will be playing his mother and grandfather respectively. Other guest stars confirmed to appear in the show that he'll be promoting is Lala Anthony, Charlemagne the God, Colson Baker, aka Machine Gun Kelly, Philip Ettinger, Al Gore, Sunita Mani, Chris O'Donnell, Shane Gillis, Una Roshi, Cliff Method Man Smith, John Stewart, Marissa Jarrett Wincourt, and Chase Sui Wonders.
All right.
So that'll be an interesting episode coming next month. But we're kind of getting to the end of our day. Or
you want to watch this last trailer and then wrap it up?
Yep, we're at the end of our lunch break. Well, y'all lunch break. I'm home, so.
So Mara found this right before we got started.
Yeah.
For a Hulu show that we're going to check out, and this will be the end of Spooky Fridays with Matt and Mara.
Yeah.
How are you, Amy? Amy, you're my big girl now.
Australian crime thing, you know that's just gonna be fucked up.
I'm putting you in charge.
We're conducting door-to-door inquiries in the area. You have put the kindred in grave danger.
People can be cruel and kind at the same time.
You must show me that you can take care of your family.
If she casts me out, where will I go?
Amy, are you ready for your clearing? I know you won't disappoint me.
Isn't that Aunt Hilda or Aunt Zelda from Sabrina?
Is it?
I think so.
I'm about to check right now before we close up, because now I need to know. Clearing it. Was that Miranda Otto?
Probably.
Oh yeah, that is Miranda Otto. Miranda Otto. Yes, she was in the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Thought so.
At first when you said
you were thinking the Melissa Joan Hart one.
Yeah.
Yep.
Showing my age.
Showing your age.
I was just like, because I wasn't even thinking of Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. I didn't even consider that as an option.
You're the baby on here.
just thinking of the older shit. But that'll be this week with Creatia Conversation. So that'll be today's Friday show for y'all. Thank you guys for joining us today. As you know, we are here Monday through Friday around this time, your lunch hour, or hopefully your lunch hour, every day. And if you like sketch comedy season 4 of a Black Lady Sketch Show came back like a week or so ago. I need to catch up because that is my shit. Black women doing comedy. Thanks, JJ. I appreciate that reminder because now I'm going to watch it. Yeah, so you can watch us here live every Monday through Friday. You can catch us on twitch.tv /Creatia World. You can also watch us live on YouTube. It came back today. There's a clip already on YouTube, Travis, that I thought or an episode had already come on. But okay. Either way, watching it.
Speaking of YouTube, you can find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Creatia World.
And you can also watch us afterwards there. If you like to watch us, Creatia After Dark, cue sexy pop music again. You can follow and subscribe to us on pornhub.com/model/Creatia World. It makes Matt so happy when you follow us there because why not? If you want to throw us another dollar to make us holla, you can go to our Patreon, which is patreon.com/Creatia World, where we put up monthly exclusives before it goes anywhere else. We get to watch things a month early, such as Multiverse with me and Travis, or Return to Wrestling with Matt and Travis. You can also go to creatiaworld.com and you can learn more about us. What's my favorite color? What's my favorite drink? What's Matt's favorite ice cream? What's Travis's Hogwarts house? I'm pretty sure we all know it by now, but you can find all that information there. You can also connect with us on all of the socials, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at It's Creatia World. If you're watching, it's at the bottom. If you're listening, I'm sorry, I can't tell you how to spell it. You can also connect with us at facebook.com/Creatia World, where we'll put updates. We also post the videos. And just conversation if you want to talk there. If you want to narrow the conversation down to something more specific like Game of Thrones, because you know we have a show about where we talk about Game of Thrones stuff when it's airing, you can also discuss those things with us at facebook.com/groups/demdragons. And if it's not dragons you want to talk about and it's wrestling you want to talk about, every Friday, Matt, Katie, and Vince host Smacking It Raw every Friday night, 11 Central, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
And if you want to talk up some shit, memes and all that stuff, you can go to facebook.com/group/Smacking It Raw. Why the face?
Because I was looking at the stuff in the banner and I saw this and I've got questions.
Oh, flaming hot asshole. I think I was talking with Will or Vince about something Taco Bell related. And I think I was talking about eating Taco Bell would give me a flaming hot asshole. Yeah, it was with Will because I started creating like all these different hashtags to keep him on his toes. But yeah, plug your shit, Matt. Where can they find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter only at Matt Ridders, at MATTRIDDER, or at Getting Off. If you want to follow us for horror content, we should have some Pornhub exclusive content for Getting Off coming very, very soon. We also just recently dropped an episode of Getting Off where we covered the Evil Dead franchise. And next weekend, after the release of Evil Dead Rise, we will be recapping, covering spoiler review of Evil Dead Rise that weekend. So a lot of Evil Dead content from Getting Off in Creatia World this month as well. And then, like I said, at Matt Ritter for all of the wrestling content. I've been live tweeting over at It's Creatia World during the show, so you can check out that as well. Amazing.
And you can always find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Mara the Shark, MARADASHARK. And so we will catch you guys next week on Monday with whomever decides to show up. I'm joking. With whomever is there. And have a great weekend, guys. Have a great weekend, Matt.
You too.
Thanks. See y'all then. Stay creative.